The two-decade-long battle between Vodacom and the inventor of the Please Call Me service, Nkosana Makate, has taken another turn in favor of Makate. In a judgment on Monday, the Pretoria High Court ruled that the offer Vodacom made to Makate in 2019 should be revised. Vodacom offered 47 million rands to Makate, which he was challenging. The court ruled that Makate is in fact entitled to at least 5% of the total voice revenue generated from the Please Call Me service between 2001 and 2021. The ruling also orders Vodacom to submit its revised offer within a month's time. Joining us now is Nkosana Makate to talk more about this latest ruling. Nkosana, thank you very much for joining us. I'm sure you've seen the restatement from Vodacom saying that they intend to appeal this judgment. How are you going to continue funding this legal battle? Because I'm sure it's taken a toll on you.
No. We'll continue in the way that we've been doing our things. So, I mean, if Vodacom plans to appeal, I mean, we always expected that it's within their rights to appeal, like any other litigant, I mean, in any matter. So it's expected. So we factored that.
So from your answer, I get that you are not worried at all about any further delays, even though the court has given Vodacom a month to come up with another offer.
No, what should happen is that the CEO needs to respond. I mean, he's an independent respondent in this matter. He was ordered to respond. Vodacom is also the second respondent. We expect the CEO to do what he's supposed to do, and then we'll take it from there. Yeah.
When it comes to the calculations of the courts, one of the parts, the excerpts that we read there is that 5% of total voice revenue over a 20-year period. At least that's what the High Court thinks you deserve. That's billions of rand. Is that fair in your view? Because I've also heard you saying 20 billion rand could be a fair offer to you.
No, I mean, with me, really, I mean, it has been about putting the facts before the court of what PCM has generated. I mean, we're talking about a product that has been exported internationally, that was adopted by the whole of telecoms. We're talking about a product that has generated about 205 billion over 20 years. So, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. I mean, and Vodacom knows that. I mean, it's not like they don't know that.
Nkosana, Vodacom...
So it's really about fair compensation at the end of the day.
Nkosana, Vodacom is valued at 260 billion rands in the JSE,
yes.
And they are actually going to have to come up with some offer that placates the legal system, particularly when it comes to you. It's a lot of money. Would you accept if Vodacom were to come back to you with share options together with some form of financial compensation in terms of cold, hard cash?
Yeah, I think we need to take step by step. I mean, there is a current order where Vodacom has been ordered to provide in terms of the instructions of the judgment. They need to do that. And then we'll take things from there. I mean, I'm not talking about an impoverished company here. We're talking about a very serious performer in South African economy. So we really are not talking about the man in the street. But I mean, let's do the court order as ordered by Judge Hughes, and then we'll take things from there.
When it comes to the last offer that was made of 47 million rands to you, has there been any other advances made to you to try and maybe bump up the cheese, as they say?
No. There's never been such. There's never been such. So that's why we've been locked in this process for 3 years. Remember, that offer was made in 2019. Obviously, I mean, I deemed it repugnant, and then we took it through this process. And 3 years, this is now 3 years, and we got the judgment yesterday. Yeah, and then this is where we are. So there's never been any kind of overtures, no.
How are you putting food on the table right now? You were actually working for Vodacom until this particular matter reached the courts. It must be tough for you to actually continue going back in the courts, and some might say that you might not have the stomach to actually see this through right to the end with a company that has a horde of lawyers behind it.
Yeah, you know, I've been in this battle for over a decade in terms of courts, 2 decades in terms of the whole matter. So, and I've survived, and I'm still kicking. I'm patient. I understand the process. I'll work with the process as I have to, and I've been doing that. And I think that's what people should expect from me.
Before I let you go, Nkosana, tell us, why do you think Vodacom are fighting tooth and nail not to give you your just dues, as many courts have actually said as early as yesterday?
No, I think that will be a question that Vodacom should be asked, not me. It's for them to answer. As where I stand, PCM has created, serious wealth for Vodacom, and not only for Vodacom, but for Vodafone as well. It's exported in their Indian operations, in all the operations around the world, in their African operations, in Kenya, in Egypt, so I really don't understand. That, I think, is a question that the CEO can ask, can respond to.
Nkosana Makate, the inventor, rather, of the Please Call Me service, as we know it being used by others today in the telecoms space. There he was telling us about his thoughts where this case is likely to go.
Okay, no, thank you, sir.